Okay, so last assignment of the school year, more on the mental side of things, we're looking at the difference between the questions of what is and what if. So generally speaking, what is the actual reality. It is the space, what you feel, what you see, what you touch, what you are literally in the moment engaging with, versus what if, which is when our brain kind of spins off into this imaginary land. It's basically this escape into this other place. Some escapes are comforting and some escapes are frightening. So what if versus what is the topic of the day. So if we look at the assignment, so, and please note, again, this is our first foray into this, and you guys knew stuff. For example, would an anxious person, someone who worries a lot, likely be stuck in a world of what if or what is? And 90% of you said, what if? This is the overthinking. This is the being paralyzed to do anything because you're not sure what to do. You're trying to think through everything and you end up standing still. And all you do is get more and more and more worried. Okay. Anxiety tends to go with what if. Would you say that training and exercise is based on what is or what if? Okay. What is or what if? 62% said it is what is. So that means in the present moment. So let me pause you for a moment. And how many of you are exercising for the present moment? Look at the next question. Look how the circle changes. Do people exercise for the exercise or what the exercise will get them? 92%, even more, said what the exercise will get them. So what the exercise will get them is the world of what if. We are imagining that if I go work out, I'm going to get in better shape. That's going to make me more attractive. That's going to bring people around that I want to have around me. I'm going to feel confident, right? So as we're doing this stuff, we're imagining what it's going to get us. We don't tend to be with exercise in the moment. We don't tend to be focusing on how, the what, the when. We are escaping that moment. We got music in our ears. We might be on a bicycle and watching YouTube, right? We're doing it for the later hope that this is going to get me X. We don't really do it for a connection to the moment. Okay, so that was one that was a little disconnected. Now, if we talk about anxiety being spinning off into this alternate reality, what can one lock into to link to the present moment, the here and now? And this is all stuff that we have gone over in class. The first is the breath, right? Biggest group agreed to that. The second was what you feel and touch, right? So if you're going to go lift weights, the feel of the barbell. If you're going to go shoot baskets, it's the feel of the ball, how the ball bounces. What you see is next, right? So we are interacting right now because we are seeing, well, you're seeing me on the Zoom. So it's not like it's a recording. As I am talking, you are seeing it real time. What you hear, right? Best I can do is hear your voices and see your chats, which are in real time. Now, interesting enough, ooh, I like how someone said taste and smell. Absolutely. Fantastic catch. This is why eating tends to be, we tend to savor a moment of good food. We want it to kind of linger. But another one that folks didn't really link into is the ground. And that's probably because most of us don't spend time on the ground. Again, I like to have classes on the ground just as a different postural thing, but the ground is this solid standard. If I lay down on the ground would support me. I would feel supported in each part of my body. The ground is an absolute truth, right? So if I lay down on the ground and it feels weird to lay down, I know my posture isn't straight. Okay. So the ground, if I sit here and I push into the ground is going to stay put. So it is this trusting environment that you have to build a relationship with in order to use it. If you don't sit on the ground, you're not going to have that relationship. Okay. So we've got all these elements, all of our senses plus breath. Could the above apply to both the brain and the body? 90% say yes. Now the next one, I have to go to the different format. Okay, so I asked, which question is more interesting to you? What if or what is and why? So I'm going to spin. I haven't seen later ones, so I'm going to spin through. What is, because I want to be fully present and know what everything is instead of ignoring it and only focusing on what if. Interesting. First one, that's how an anxious person would react. What if, because it represents all possibilities and is fully endless. So another way to think about it is the what if is your imagination. It is what you can create and conjure. Okay, now, alternatively, our cell phones create a world of what if. What if I wasn't in my room out right now and I wanted to look at what is happening on the other side of the world? Okay, what is, again, is in this bubble around you in your environment. Okay. What if, because how the question is set up? Yes. It could be something that could become reality. Again, in our imagination, that, you know, we talk about creators, this idea that if I can imagine it, I could then build steps to get it versus imagine it and just wish I win the lottery or something like that. Another person wrote down a really nice one that was the what if is the goal, right? So again, if you're looking to lose weight, the what if is you imagining your life 20 pounds, 10 pounds less. What you feel like, what you look like, how you take space in the world, maybe what you're able to say, right? So what if is the imagination. It could work for you or against you, right? Again, if you're in your room right now, you could what if yourself into staying in your room and not doing a thing. You could what if yourself into negative, meaning that everything outside is going to be worse than what I have right now. Or you could what if yourself into positive. I could probably go play if I went out there. The sun would be on my face, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So that is kind of the land of what if. What is the reality. And if you take inventory, whether you're going really high and getting anxious or really getting low and being depressed, if you take inventory of what is, you will find 99.9% of the time that you're actually okay. Here, I'm sitting, I'm breathing, I can hear it, I could see it, we're all okay. I'm in the moment, and in this moment, I'm okay. Back to the summary. Okay. Which question will help you understand yourself, your body and mind? What is or what if? And not, you get it, so you understand 73% what is. But how many of you are actually taking the time and the interest to figure yourself out? What makes you tick, what you like, what you don't like, and why? Versus just kind of bobbing along and existing. Which question is more motivating? The slight edge to what if? That tends to be, again, that imagined state. You imagining yourself in a better place, doing better things, more capable, is what can motivate us to do right now. It's what makes us take the walk, take the jog, shoot hoops, exercise, etc. the belief that you could reach that what if. Now, which question might best help you figure out the next right thing for you to do? The next right thing for you, what is or what if? And you see, we've got this 50-50. We've got the split. Personally, and I can only speak for myself, the blue, what is, works for me because I need to know where I am in order to figure out the step to take to where I'm going to go. If you think about, for example, Google Maps, right? You pull up Google Maps on your phone. If you say Seattle, you just type in Seattle and you don't have a starting location, you're not going to know where to go. You're going to know where you're going to know where you want to end up, but you're not going to know what turn to make, what direction to go at that moment. So for myself, what is the director. Okay. Now, if you don't have a place to go, if you don't have a Seattle, for example, on maps to get to, what if is going to make you kind of look around from your spot and be like, oh, over there, that's where I want to go. So what if fills in the blank of where you want to go. Okay, and again, depending on how you see the world, those could be guiding questions. Stop recording 1.